Hello my flowers and welcome back to my page. Okay, now it's a little lighter. I had this light on and I didn't have like the main light on, but I wanted to talk to you guys about the god Osiris, Enki, Ausar, Ea, I don't know, whatever you guys refer to him as, Jesus Christ himself. So I was looking at a video from Gaia, and you know how they have like the small clips on YouTube, and I was looking, just looking for information. I'm always searching for information that I can grasp, because we are in a time where we are ascending and things are happening, and the map that I use to understand ascension is this one, besides my DNA, but I use this one. Some of you guys would use other text or other forms of information, but this is the book that I follow, and I know what characters were changed, the story, etc., blah 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 blah, besides what's already in my DNA, meditation sessions, blah 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 blah. Now I'm looking for more information, because I'm looking for times, I'm looking at my own timeline, I'm looking at my chart. I'm like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be, this is what's going on, this is what's happening, or this is what's supposed to be happening. And that's how I manifest, you guys. I look at the time. Time is very important. I see where I'm giving time. I see where I'm not giving time. What needs to change, what doesn't need to change. And I always have a plan B, C, D, etc. Now, I'm looking at the god Osiris, who's supposed to be, the Egyptian god, good shepherd. He has his kingdom, and he gets chopped off before he can do anything that's great. And sometimes I think to myself, when I was thinking to myself, I absolutely adore this God, and his greatness, and I see it in different texts, but I would like to know what he would be thinking during this day and age, that he's allowing certain things to happen to his throne. I'm assuming that his frequency is already on the planet. I'm assuming that the astrological chart is correct. You would think that there is going to be another sacrifice, right? Just like the sacrifices that happen in Hollywood all the time. I know maybe this video isn't making sense right now, but just bear with me. I know that there's sacrifices that are made in Hollywood all the time, and they're made so that you in the human flesh can become a certain frequency or become Christ-like, and just like Christ, you will be sacrificed. You will be at the cross. Period. That's what happens. Okay, when you assert a certain amount of things, and then you decide that you're gonna let them go. Like, for example, the biblical Christ. Okay, Jesus Christ. So he attains all of these followers, his 12 disciples, possibly had a family, I don't know, whatever you guys want to believe in. I believe he had a family. Escaped death, came back from death, resurrected, and did all this stuff and let all of it go, because he had other things to do, but he left the frequency and the legend and the story on the planet. I'm like, okay, and I hear all these Christians, and all these things are happening. Donald Trump is in power, and he can either win again, or we can have a female president. And oh schnookums, oh cookie, if that happens, oh cookie, y'all better hold on to your hats if that happens. Anyway, and I'm looking at the stories, and I'm like, if he had a kingdom, if Osiris was alive, well, and kicking now, and he had a kingdom, he had a queen, he would probably hate the entire situation. He would probably hate everything about what has become of his initial creation, Because if you look back into the Sumerian text, if you look back into the stories, you would know that Osiris was, let me see, all these names: Ea, Ausar, Enki, Osiris, Jesus Christ, all the same character in different stories. And he created, together with Inanna, he created what the original mankind is today. So he created our ancestors, and we then replicated ourselves by giving birth, etc., etc. And then you have this fantastic story, right? So you have all these disasters and all this bullshit, all this stuff, and then you have the coming back of this Christ-like being who's supposed to be the major sacrifice, who's supposed to be the protector, actually, and he's supposed to die again, right? Because you all know that we are dying. So you in the living flesh, in this frequency, in this world, you're actually dying. You're not living. So he has to die to be able to come and save us, according to the story, right? Right? I'm giving it to you as simple as possible. He probably wouldn't want to do that, and neither would the person who he would recreate with. He wouldn't want to do that in any way, shape, or form. You know why? Because when he created mankind, and it's that sentence that just passes everybody. When he created mankind to have willpower, but to also live for him. And when the others, or the rest of the Elohim, came to see his creation and what he and Inanna had created, he told the original human, he said, listen, don't respond, because they just want to control you. They want to do this and this to you, right? However, I feel like Enki was not that he didn't create this mankind not to serve him. Yes, he created us to serve him, but he created us to serve him so that he can live on in the physical realm forever and ever and a day. Because we reincarnate, and he understood that death doesn't exist. You never die. It's the flesh that dies. But if you have encapsulated flesh, if you have the flesh and you encapsulate it, whether it's on this planet, whether it's on another planet, whether it's on another frequency, you can never physically die either. It is a lie. It is a lie. It is absolutely a lie. Absolutely. Rewind that and try and see if you can understand what I'm saying. This man would be absolutely distraught, if he were to wake up one day to what humanity is, and he would absolutely say that humanity failed him, because you are not living to your highest potential. You're not serving him like you should be serving him. You guys are just reproducing yourselves just to reproduce, just to feed off the ego, as opposed to serving him. Do you understand? Please write in the comments if you understand what I'm trying to say. He created you to survive, while the rest of the Elohim wanted him to create you to serve them, to look for gold, to produce food for them, to produce your taxes, their money for them, while the rest of them, even back then, wanted that. He just wanted you to survive for him, because he knew that if there isn't a vessel to come back to when you are physically outside of this planet and you physically cannot be here anymore, they would have never been able to reincarnate and survive. The story that you see of reincarnation, when Jesus Christ comes back and he's like, look, I didn't die. It's a lie. I didn't die. It's all a lie. Is exactly what Enki told the first human. Do as I say. This is the contract between you and I. I created you. You are alive. It's like Frankenstein. You are alive. And you have to live for me. You guys are not living up to your potential. You are absolutely, I repeat, you are absolutely not living up to your potential. And for those of you that are gods and goddesses and don't want to be humans, but you are living for him, you're living up to your own potential. And there will always be followers, no matter what. There will always be sheep, whether you are on this planet or the next. The sheep will always follow. And I just wanted to let you guys know that if he will not reproduce himself again with your hero, for your hero, the first hero, Heru, he will not reproduce himself again because you guys are not living up to your highest potential, unless something detrimental happens, and then it is crucial for him to reproduce himself again. He's a genius. He's a genius. He is the good shepherd. We're living in this world. He'll probably live in the projects, in a dysfunctional home, where he would have to raise from hell. You guys have a perception of hell. Live around normal people to follow him, photograph him, take pictures of him, talk about him all day long, be his follower all day long before he can save your asses and reproduce anything that would save you, or any sort of frequency, or any sort of child, or any sort of divine child. Before he does that, he will prefer to live around normal people day in and day out. He would prefer to lose his crown day in and day out than to live for you, because you are not living for him. Does that make any sense? Am I making any sense to you guys? That when you guys are out there making these babies and reproducing yourselves, are you reproducing these children so that you can live on forever? Are you reproducing yourselves so that you can live on forever? So that your dynasty on this planet can live on forever? Or are you reproducing another product to his or her environment? Checkmate. Let me know if you guys understand that. I'm always, and will forever and a day study Osiris, the creator of the good shepherd, and I will always have unconditional love and faith for him, no matter what happens, no matter what. No matter, he can kill me today. I would have to take his crown today. I would have to chop off his head today for not adhering to rules and regulations. If I was some sort of like Elohim, and I would always adhere, I would live for him, because he understands. He understands that one, the universe deserves a sacrifice, and you guys are not sacrificing yourselves for what your higher purpose is, for what your true potential is, for what you were created to do, okay? To bring back the golden age in our civilization would be absolutely majestic. Absolutely majestic. Absolutely. So I'm going to leave you guys with that train of thought. See if you guys understand. See if it makes sense to you guys. Especially for those of you that are so desperate to have children, or so desperate to just want to have a child, to want to reproduce yourselves, to want to do all these things. But do you have a throne for your children? Do you have a throne for yourself? Because I'll tell you this. I can die today, and if I have a daughter, if I have a son, if I have a couple of children, I can live again tomorrow. And again. So we escape death again. Just like Jesus Christ was like, this doesn't exist. Death does not exist. And he escaped death again. It was an illusion. It was a trick. Do you understand? Comment below. Let me know if you guys understand. And continue to flower your life. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.